features are the Andes Mountains range and the Amazon River, the second largest river in the world. Australia, Earth's smallest continent, is nicknamed the land down under because it is located entirely in the hemisphere. Australia is sometimes called the island continent because of its small size, the fact that it is completely surrounded by water, comprising about 5% of Earth's land area. Australia is mostly low and flat. It is thinly populated with only a few areas along the near the western coast, receiving enough rainfall to support large numbers of people. The name Australia comes from the Latin word australis, which means southern. So, uh, look. Uh, so, the mountains on the Americas landmass stretches from the northern Alaska to the southern Chile, and mountains in Asia stretch from Turkey in the West China to the east. Earth has several mountain systems, and you have noticed two of them. The mountain systems running the length of North and Southern America includes the Alaska Range, the Coast Ranges, the United States, and the Canadian Rocky Mountains. The Syria, the Canadian Rocky Mountains, the Sierra Nevada, the Sierra Madre, and the Andes Mountains. The Asian mountain system includes the Plateaus and mountains of the Middle East, the Himalayan north of India, the Tian Shan in China, and the Altai Mountains in Russia. In the center of this mountain system are the Pamir Mountains. Because of their height, and Pamir Mountains are sometimes called the roof of the world. Many of Earth's highest mountains include Mount Everest, are in the Himalayas. Pudge commented. I read about this man who first climbed the Mount Everest, Sir Edmund Hillary, New Zealand New Zealand, and the Tenzing Norgay of Nepal were members of the first successful expedition up the slopes of Mount Everest. In 1953, the snowslides, fissures in the ice, and bitter cold combined strong winds and made climbing extremely difficult. If all these conditions were not dangerous enough, the air is extremely thin at an elevation of 29,000.29 feet, making breathing as difficult as climbing. After 2 months of dangerous and exhausting climbing, Sir Edmund and Hillary reached the peak. Many people have lost their lives trying to scale the heights of the Mount Everest. Excuse me. Trying to scale the heights of Mount Everest. Can you point out the Tian Shan and Altai mountains? Asked Sir. The Tian Shan range is here in China, and the Altai mountains are here in Russia. The Chinese word for shan means mountains. The complete name of Tian Shan means heavenly mountains. The name Tian Shan suggests the great height of these mountains. Other languages may also include the word for mountain in the proper name. For instance, in Spanish, name Sierra Nevada. Sierra means mountain. Also in the word Fujiyama, the name of volcano in Japan, Yama means mount. When we say Tian Shan near Sierra Nevada and Fujiyama, we do not add the words mountains or mountain because mountains or mountain is already in the name. Of course, many other mountain ranges exist in the world. A few of these are the Appalachian Mountains in the eastern North America, the Alps in the central Europe, the Pyrenees in between Spain and France, and the Atlas Mountain across northwestern Africa. I have noticed that mountain ranges sometimes form natural boundaries between the nations. And ACE, for example, the Pyrenees separate Spain from France, and the Alps separate Switzerland from Italy. The locations of mountains was a major factor in the migration, settlement, and the separation that helped individual countries develop